Alright, ladies and gentlemen, consider this your official sound check. I think the sound is working. Is this working? I think it's working. Alright, it is kind of working. Right, ladies and gentlemen. People watching the VOD, welcome to a very impromptu kind of stream. Wasn't thinking about streaming this, but since I'm gonna have to sit down and actually grind a Cayo Perico, I thought that I would do this again. Like I keep going around and then watching other people stream and whatnot. And one of the things that I see a lot of the times is that people are still have difficulty completing Cayo Perico for maybe they just like never had someone show them or they never thought about learning the heist other than doing the submarine. For whatever reason you're having trouble doing this, maybe you're just like on a controller or something. I see that a lot of people have like difficulty. So I'm gonna keep doing these impromptu streams. I think that they're going to stop at some stage because I'm gonna go back to office work. So this means that I'm not gonna have time during the day to do this. Like these impromptu streams is gonna be something at the end of the day. So what we're going to be doing here is we're actually going to be doing the Cayo Perico with our main. We can set up the heist. And I'm going to show you like my route, and hopefully people would think like, or people would watching this like might be able to follow and then kind of maybe learn how to do the heist for whatever reason. Let me just make sure that I'm selecting this. Yep. And since I was going to have to do it anyways, I'm going to kind of like not really speed run it, but kind of like do it as efficiently as possible. So we're going to do all the preps, and then we're actually going to be doing a proper, we're going to be doing like a proper scope, like just to make sure that we get the most out of the bags and everything. So hello everyone watching the VOD, because I don't see anyone here like on a live. So hello everyone watching the VOD. Well, I'm starting to think those two views are just bots that just show up. Is this like Twitch? So we're gonna have to like do the run anyways. So let's see, level 1 life, Cayo Perico, right? So when you're doing the Cayo Perico, I think that one of the first things that you need to get it yourself is the Sparrow. Maybe some people like to use the Mac 2. I think it's just easier to be in and out of the... Ooh, this is a nice... Let me just record this. Because it's kind of like good. It looks kind of good. So I'm just flying that way. Just like I'm just trying to get like some B-roll for a video that I want to put in like later this evening. So I'm just recording like a little bit of B-roll. Now, a lot of people like to do this with the Mac 2. I don't really like to use the Mac 2. Well, first of all, I don't really like the vehicle. I know it's a super awesome tool to grind. It's just like I just don't like it. I prefer to have like the Sparrow because I think it makes it like a little bit easier to be in and out of the submarine. And I prefer... Whoops, it's a little bit too close. Right, we'll just shoot through. Good. I'm so dead. I'm so gonna... I didn't. Right. Right. And another thing you'll notice is that, yeah, I just have like no weapons at all. So let's talk about those two things while I'm flying to Cayo Perico. One of the things is like I prefer the Sparrow. One, I don't really like the Mac 2, and I don't see the need for it. I don't go on public sessions too long, so I don't need something super mobile to help me go against like the grief-free that happens on public sessions. So I don't like it, and I don't have it. I don't have a terabyte on this account and whatnot. So I think the Sparrow, it's good enough to just be in and out of the submarine, make it quickly, and it's just like more accessible for me. Maybe it's not as fast and it's not as mobile as the Mac 2, but I think it's good enough. So when you want, if you want to go and grind Cayo Perico, obviously I will advise you to have like a Sparrow. So this increases the number of like, or the the price of the total, or the, Jesus guys, my words, brain needs to be reset. So this increases the tally from 2.2 million for the Kosaka to 4 million or ish, which is the Kosaka plus the helicopter, the Sparrow. And you want to add like also like the missiles or something. So I think it's another 75 grand on top of that. I can't remember how much it costs, but there's some extra money involved just to get the missiles. You don't really need them; they're fine, but you can actually do this without them. Now the second thing is the weapon wheel. If you want to hide effectively the weapon wheel, you need to not only own a place that you can hide your loadout, but you need also to have like a place where you can modify your weapons, because otherwise I don't think it works properly. Now I'm saying this, I'm on a PC, so this might be different on console, but at least on a PC you need to have like a place where you can hide your loadouts. I do have the auto shop, and then a place where you can modify your weapons, and I use a submarine for that. So I modify a couple of weapons there, and then I hide everything from the auto shop. I don't like to be carrying around a lot of the weapons, because it feels like every situation it's going to be solved by just going up to the weapon wheel and picking up whichever weapon. If there's like too many enemies, like you pull like a grenade launcher out of your arse. If there is too many helicopters, you're gonna pull rocket launcher out of your arse as well. If there is something, you just throw like sticky bombs. So I just avoid having all that, because at some stage I'm just like the game is playing itself. All I'm doing is just like selecting things and then just throwing. Feels like tower defense, and I don't really want to play tower defense. So this is why for the most part I have like just a pistol, and then that forces me to actually pay a little bit of attention to what I'm doing, take cover, use snacks, and then whatnot. So that's my reasoning why. If for any ungodly reason you're watching the VOD and then going around, hey, leave me a comment and tell me what you think like about this, because I actually want to hear what people think about this. One of the reasons why sometimes I'm streaming and whatnot is just because I have certain ideas of how I like to play the game, or how I interpret the game, or how I like to go about it, and sometimes people just might have like a completely different opinion, completely different idea, and then it's always nice to see what other people think about us. So yeah, drop me a comment if you can. Now after we get like for example with the Sparrow, like I could have just not shoot down everyone with the missiles or something, but you know what I mean. You take like a few shortcuts here and there as well. Right, so scope. I see a lot of people just scoping for like the primary and then being upset because they get tequila. And obviously you want to get like you want to make the most out of your Cayo. If you're going to be spending like for 40 minutes in between, or an hour in between scoping everything and then just going around and getting the tequila or something, if you get like whichever it's in the hangar, which a lot of the times it's just like cash or something, you might not be getting like making the most out of it. So let's let the game guide us a little bit into what we're going to be doing, and we'll see what we have here. So we're starting with cash, and it just seems like it's going to be like not the place where we want to start. And then at the top we have wheat, so kind of like a weak way to start. But if we have uniforms at the hangar, it's going to be like a decent, and it's just going to be decided here. So we're going to look here on the first spot. There's no uniforms here, so we're going to be looking. There's no truck here as well, and we're looking at the back here, and then there's cash and wheat. So this seems like it's just very weak starting point. So let's go with there's no uniforms at the end there. So far it doesn't look like this is the place to start. So the only reason why we'd pick this up is if we find uniforms now at the docks. So we're going to be looking as well for the cable. This is because we're doing this solo, by the way. So we're going to be looking for like the grappling hook here. There's no grappling hook. It should be here beside those wires. And we're going to be looking here, and we'll see if we find it down there. It's not down there as well. So for starters, this seems like it's going to be like a very weak entry point. Right. So the second bit we need to check is just like if you take a picture just this way, it's and send it to Pavel. If we find uniforms, it's going to be marked there. But it says fishing trip, very picturesque. So far, it's looking kind of bad. And then here, we would find some uniforms there at the corner. So far, it doesn't look like we're going to be not going to be the end. So Vellum, it's kind of like a bad approach so far. Right. So now we come inside here. We have Coke there, but we don't have uniforms here. But we have like a stash of Coke. And so we're going to be looking for maybe uniforms around this area. I don't really like to hit this bit because a lot of the times it's the guard gets spotted depending on your entrance. So you need to kind of like calculate like a whole lot. There's uniforms here on this corner though. So kind of feels like a little bit risky if we're going to get all the way there just to get the uniforms and then the Coke there. So it feels like the Longfin, it's going to be our approach so far. The car turned away, so we can just like move on here. Let's check here. There's no uniforms there, but like since they're on that other spot, so we knew that there was not going to be anything there. So we're going to be continuing. Now there's two ways to do this. The guard is looking there, the truck is coming, so you can just jump here. If the guard is looking this way, you can also go through the gates, which is what I usually do. And here, because there's that guard, you can go in between the guard and the camera, dodging a little bit, and then take a little bit up. And we're going to take a look into the plantation, see if we can find any Coke there. So far, the entrance, it's going to be like either an halo jump or just the long fin. Get the uniforms, get the first stash of cocaine, and here we find the other stash of cocaine. So we're sorted for cocaine. We need to make a stop at the plantation. Take a picture just so we don't forget. That guy's not going to spot us. And we're going to go all the way to the tower. Let's pretend that we didn't get like anything good there. So we're still going to go and check like the other spots where you could find stuff. Like there's no uniforms there as well. Is there boxes here? And let's see what we get. So 16 to 40. Yeah, that's going to be 20 and then 40. Yeah. So if we had to climb all the way to the tower, I probably wouldn't even check it now and see what's happened. I probably would just like go to the very top of the tower and then start parachuting. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's pretend that we had to go up to the very top of the tower. I wouldn't waste too much time checking what's going to be the primary because we can do that. We can do that in a second. You can use the bike to do this. Come on, man. First rodeo. Right. So you can go here to the cage, go all the way up here. So let's say you have been having like a little bit of out of luck with most of this so far. You can go and check like for grappling hooks and stuff around here. I don't usually care too much about this if you weren't lucky until now. But what I would come in and is just check this bit here, see if there's anything good. There's cocaine here. So if there's cocaine also on the other... Oops. I want to make sure that it's the cocaine, just so I don't forget. So if there is like cocaine here, this could be like another entry point because it makes it like a little bit easier to collect everything and then get the hell out of there. There had to be uniforms there just beside the Jeep or inside this container here. So if it's not here, if it's not in any of these places, I wouldn't care too much about it. Right. So let's go and get ourselves caught.
You're off limits.
Right. So now that we're caught, we can check the a little screenshot there. So now that we got ourselves caught, like let's have a look into what do we have. What do we have here? Let's see what the primary looks like. Tequila, which is kind of, oops, I'm using the wrong mouse. Yeah, there's like a few different gold. This is also good to scope because just in case you decide to one of your friends pops up and then you're gonna go like, hey, do you wanna come in for a quick payout? There's no two paintings, so I wouldn't be taking the submarine. If there was two paintings, I would probably take the submarine. There's like a little gold there. And I continue scoping this. A lot of times people just like cancel it straight away. I continue scoping because of the, oops, you could check just like what we had there. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be doing this solo. But you check everything and then just make sure that you find at least 3 stacks of gold for 2 people. Now, the reason why I continue scoping is because sometimes you can find a grappling hook. So if you can't find a grappling hook, but you still find uniforms, sometimes there's a truck here. So you can just ride all the way up to that truck and then use the truck as your entry point. This avoids you going around diving in and going for like the drainage pipe. And now that we scoped like the minimum, we can just return to Los Santos. All right. Let's get the trigger. And we're going to start the preps. And we're going to be doing the preps as fast as possible. Let's see. I'd say we finished this like within the hour or something, right? I mean, it was 20 minutes for the scope. I know it's like a little bit longer than like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but at least we scoped it properly. We went into all the places, see where we could find coke, see we can get the best payout. And just in case things didn't go so well and then we didn't find like the really good loot at the start, at least we know where to go after or how to get to those places. I rode the motorbike up to those sheds, but you can, if you climb all the way to the top to get to hack the signal, you can just parachute down there. If you're level 1, make sure you have a parachute. Right, because that happens a few times. So everyone does this differently. I usually start with the equipments. I go like the plasma fingerprint cutting torch. Then I go into the weapons, and then the last one I usually use the approach. You start like any way that you want, like whichever you see fit, whichever works for you. There's no need for doing like all of the extra disruption things. You might be able to if you want to do like a cinematic video or something and then just go like a little bit different and then just give it a go. Sometimes you're a bit like you have like 2-3 friends and see like what happens if we just bring all the arsenal and we have air support and then we really totally raid the island. That's something that would be cool for a video. Like if you can get like 3 friends and just raid the island, so there will be like a proper raid. Like you can just drop in with I don't know, helicopter. It's gonna be a stealth approach, but let's say you drop in parachute and then you just like start shooting around. That could be like an interesting video or an interesting way to do the heist. For now, we're just gonna be doing like this stealth for the most part. So we're not going to be doing any of that stuff. So no need for like the additional extra stuff. What's it called? Right here, all you need to do is like take a picture of that. You don't need to go in and go inside and take the picture or something. You can just do this from the entrance. And let's see. And then you go back to the helicopter. Now, with a Mac, I'd say it's going to be Del Perro. The Rockford. So with the Mac 2, you probably get like a lot of mobility and then you can just like get right into it, pick up the bag, get the hell out of there, and probably gonna make it like so much faster than it is with a helicopter. Usually what I do is I sometimes send a few rockets their way. It's like just announcing my arrival. Other times I just like go in and then just throw a grenade. This time we're just going to be sending like a few rockets that way, announcing our arrival. Get the helicopter parked like right in front of the entrance, just beside the palm trees, just so the other cars won't come in and then just take it. Get yourself the pistol. And one of the things I do sometimes is just like to injure them, unless it's this. Jesus Christ, that's some driving there. Just to try to injure them, because otherwise they will respawn, and use snacks just before going in and out. So just try to make it like also like a very fast. Sometimes like you waste a little bit more time, or the first missiles don't go so well, but for the most part, if you just send like a few presents, by the time you land, everything exploded. You can just like run in, injure people just so they don't respawn, or they just keep respawning. So just shoot them in the leg or something, and then get in the helicopter, get the hell out of there. So this is what I'm doing. So it's kind of like a speed run, but it's not really speed run because I'm not glitching away through the map. I actually need to check some of the speed runs just to see how they move around in the map so fast and whatnot, so just to see what it's like. Not like I want to do it. Right, you can't see shit here. Sometimes people park the submarine right at the beach because it makes it like much easier to just like come in and get out. I don't usually do that. I don't think that there's any need for that. But everyone is like a little bit different. Everyone just like decides what they want to do. It's always going to be like everyone's going to be different. But I don't see any need for that. It's just for like another couple extra seconds. Right, fingerprint cloner. We're going to go to the warehouse. I was always like turning off the cameras, making sure that you turn off the cameras. And the explanation for turning off the cameras is that when you're doing when you're playing games, there's always a mechanic right before the boss, right? So you use they kind of, you get introduced to a mechanic, and then so that gets in the back of your mind. If you turn off cameras, they won't detect you. If you turn off power here, they won't detect you. If this guy shoots fire, does a Q sound and it shoots fire, so you get like, you know, you get what would be the word? You get educated. It's not educated, the word, but you get like Schrodinger's cat. It's like the stimuli. Is that would that be the word? Where you understand that a certain thing will produce a certain result, kind of thing, right? Very psychological, not psychological terms, because I'm playing, so I can't remember that from the top of my head. I can't concentrate. But basically, it's you understand that if you turn off the cameras, you won't alert the guards and whatnot. So I used to do that here, but you just buy like a couple of seconds. It's not that important, really, at least for me. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's a bit whatever. So I used to do it. I don't do it anymore. Just like gets me like buys me a couple of seconds. Right, we're not doing like a very good job here with these headshots here. Right, there's one dude missing. You can't just run Rambo style. You can't just wait for him to show up. Up to you, I think. There you go. I usually just wait a little bit for him to show up. Don't need to go in Rambo, die, and then get back in. It's just another waste of time, I suppose. Could have got that one as well. Right, and yeah, so sometimes there's a little bit of a jittery stuff. It's just because I'm constantly switching between mouse and keyboard and the controller. So sorry about that if that makes it like the jitter makes it like a little bit annoying to watch. But after this, we're gonna go into the archive. So out at the archive, again, you just turn off the cameras or destroy the cameras, make sure that you're not detected. So this is kind of like introducing you to Cayo Perico. So you can turn off the cameras at when you arrive at the airstrip, and then you make sure that some of the cameras are going to be disabled or deactivated or something. Disabled. You can also destroy certain cameras. If you destroy too many cameras, they will suspect it. But like if you destroy like just a couple crucial ones, I think it's going to be grand. But for the most part, like you just get in here, destroy the cameras. So you can go without doing this. And what you do is just like at the end, when you come out, you're just gonna have like a little bit more opposition. There's gonna be like a few people coming at you. If you're fast enough getting into the helicopter, it's not gonna be a problem. Sometimes I just avoid it because there's just no need. You run around here. There's a fingerprint cloner. I wonder if I'm sure that there's a website where you should be able to train this, and I've seen so many people like still having issues with this or taking super long with doing this. And the trick is first image, first slot, second image, second slot, third image, third slot, and so on and so forth. So it's not super tricky. I wish that they were like a little bit more tricky. I wish that there was like a few more interesting puzzles, or they would grow in difficulty. For example, if you're doing the hard mode, you could have like it could be just like a little bit more hard to do the fingerprint. Something like the casino where there's like the memory thingy one. So I think that will be like a little bit more, would make it like a little bit more interesting and challenging. And obviously just reward players for doing it in no time, or just being proficient at it, or finding tricks, or make sure that, I don't know, you kind of cycle through things just so. I thought that, I don't know why I thought that was a submarine. There it is. I'm missing my own. But yeah, like just to try to cycle it a bit, just make it like a little bit more interesting. Don't tell me that with billions and billions of dollars, you don't have like, you cannot hire people to actually go around and then just create puzzles for this, just to make it like super fresh, make like 50 different puzzles, just so people are not like constantly just figuring out like what's going on, or make it like super easy to complete, because otherwise it feels like it's just like you're grinding and it's just like too simple. Right, cutting torch, there's two ways to do this, and then depends on the place. Sometimes I go around and then just like send my greetings cards ahead of me. I just send like missiles and then just like burn the whole place down, and then by the time I get there, I just look for the torch, or depending on the spot, sometimes I just use the helmet and look for the torch. It's gonna looks like it's the place where you just look for the helmet and just get the torch. It's gonna be like at the top of the building. So what you do is just go in, and if you have like, even if you don't have the sparrow, at the bottom of it you can still use the elevator, and on the elevator you will be able to just get to the top of the building and equip the helmet stuff. So again, this is conditioning players to say like, listen, you won't be detected, or it takes them like a little bit more time to detect them, as long as you don't bump into them and don't show it, don't pull any weapons or something. You can just go around in your uniform, in your disguise stuff, and this is what this is doing. Now it always takes a little bit. Oh man, I want to take off the tips, but just the tip. I want to take off like the tips at the corner, but I don't want to take them all the tips, because sometimes I don't know, maybe on the Discord conversation with friends, so I kind of like want to have a bit of a tip like onto what I'm supposed to be doing. Right, so see, you can just walk in front of them as long as you have like the helmet, the hard cap. It's grand, and you're gonna be looking for the little cutting torch. It's always in the last place you look at, and you'll see that sometimes people are just like roaming around. You can still go in front of them. It's grand, as long as you don't stay too long in the corner. Once you bump into someone, this is what happens. Like you get detected. So the trick is to just like go around, not be detected, and you get in and out without any issues. So and this could be anyone. So during the heist, it's the same thing. If you bump your car into someone or something, you're gonna get detected or you will bring attention. But if you don't, like if you just like drive safely, drive carefully, drive safely, if you just drive carefully, it's gonna be okay. So that's the point of like that exercise. Some other place, like even with the Sparrow, you can just like still shoot missiles there, burn the whole place down, and then just go around and then looking for the cutting torch, and it's gonna be okay. What else do you have like on the other spots? Yeah, all three spots have like a helmet that you can equip. That you're gonna be like dodging guards and whatnot, right? So we're going now to the weapons. Now, when it comes to the weapons, I tend to avoid the Merryweather because it just takes so long and sometimes it bugs. Sometimes the helicopter doesn't land. Sometimes the helicopter is just like messing around. I think it's because of the way you're following on a helicopter or something. It makes sense to have like a mission like that where, I don't know, players would be... I'm trying to think what's the reason for having like something like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna load a new session. I am not going to bother myself like doing Merryweather HQ. I think it's just a stupid mission. Actually, what they did was they removed the way you could just target the helicopter. They removed like the targeting of the helicopter just so you wouldn't be able to destroy it, and we actually had to do the mission. But like, no, we're not going to do that. So since that happened, we're going to skip. Now we decided that the long fin was actually going to be like the best approach because there is no uniforms at the hangar and no good loot at the hangar. There's one place worth hidden, and then it's one of the entrances for the long fin. So we're going to be going that way. We could have taken the hollow jump, but that's two-step phase. So it's kind of like you need to go and get the Alkonost, and then you need to go and get the pilot. You could also use... don't think the submarine has that as an entrance there. Might have, I don't know, but I don't think so. So long fin is just like, it looks like the best approach. It's gonna be like a bit of a long mission because of the way we do it. If you get that armored truck with the triangle in the front thing that destroys thing, sometimes it's kind of okay. It makes it like much faster, but we're gonna get like some truck cabins here. First of all, we're just gonna say hi to these people here. Oh, that was like a Bob there. Right. So we're just gonna clean a little bit, just so we have like a... Oops. Don't want to hit that one. Sometimes, like when you hit it, like it just moves it outside. Sometimes it just destroys everything altogether. I don't want to destroy it altogether, but I do want to clean up like a little bit, just make it like a little bit easier to get there. So there's gonna be like a few track cabins here. We're gonna take one of these. We're gonna take this one just because it's a little bit more fun than the others. We're gonna say service vehicles, Kusaka, return options, and we could land it, or we can just like return it and we parachute, and then it might just like be like a little bit easier to lose the wanted effect. Now, where's the truck cabin again? It's there, so we just gotta parachute there. So plenty different ways to do this. I just choose to come in from this side and get the pistol. We're gonna need to take... Wait. That was horrible. That was horrible. Man, what's one of my aim? Right, let's do this again. Probably a sniper rifle would have made it like much easier. Right, let's not mess this up now. Right, who's missing? Who wants some? Who wants some? Right, a few people still up. through there. You. My God, like we need to do something about this bad aim. Right. What's with his aim? I don't know. Right, so you can get like a ton of different cabins. I like this one. I'm not gonna wait for those gates to open. We're just gonna go this way. And I think there used to be a shortcut. I think the shortcut is just a little bit further back. This makes it super fun to use this one instead. Get out of the way. Sorry about that. And a lot of different ways to do this. Sometimes I just make it like a little bit faster, where I just like I kill myself and you lose your wanted, just to speed up like the process. Right, that go out of the way. This is so much fun. Right. He dodged. Right. Is that just a civilian car just getting into the police station for some reason? Yeah. Right. We should be getting a wanted soon, by the time we get like close enough to the long fin. I don't think they take very kindly for us to steal this. But once we pick it up, we're just gonna get the hell out of there first. So make sure that we get out. Sorry about that, motorbiker. And we're just gonna get to a place where we just can like safely. Right, I don't know, maybe someplace here it's fine. There's plenty of ways to die. This should be enough. I probably didn't even have to spend like a grenade or something, but this just speeds up like a little bit the process of like just having to wait. Now, if I was doing this as a live stream or something, I think this kind of like feels like a little bit like glitching, skipping or something. So I probably wouldn't be doing this as in like as an entertaining live stream. But because we're pretending that we're just like solo grinding ourselves, it's just like it speeds up the process. You do it once for the comedic view, and then just like try to dodge like the police for the viewers and stuff, make a little bit of conversation. But if you're grinding this on your own, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to just skip it every now and again, and just like get like another one on a tally of the death. I don't know, just my opinion. Anyways, after this we're gonna go back and try to get the weapons, and hopefully we're not gonna get like the Merryweather, because if we get, we're not gonna do it. I don't wait for the gates to open. I just take a little bit of a shortcut here. What's with all this crap trucks there? Right, so we have pretty much everything done, and we're doing this for 40 minutes. So even though we had like a very long scope, which about, I mean, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or something, I still think that we're doing this in good time. Now, hopefully we're not gonna get like the Merryweather. Let's go in, and if we do, we're just gonna restart the session. Don't care, we're not gonna be doing that. Right. Right, so let's see. No, we don't need this. Weapon loadout. Merryweather. No, thank you. Yeah, Rockstar. This wasn't like the most fun missions. I think that was the thing. Like I don't know like why this mission is there like in relation to, it's like compared with the rest of the missions. It seems so, I don't know, it kind of like seems so forced in, so shoehorned in, because it doesn't look like I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of like it doesn't have the same vibe as the rest of the missions. So I would love to hear an explanation as to why that mission is there, and then if it makes any sense at all to have that mission. And then I'm gonna guess that everyone pretty much skips it. It's just it doesn't have the same vibe. You spend loads of time just going around waiting for the helicopter. If you don't have a helicopter yourself, like if you don't have a buzzard or something, it's just going to be taking like so long to take all the Merryweather. And you're going to need to have like a rocket launcher, which you need to pull out of your arse to destroy the other helicopter, unless it doesn't bug and it lands and you're able to actually destroy it. So he just doesn't have the same feeling as this one here. These ones are all the same. For the rest of the weapons, you go in, you just take down like whichever people are inside, and then after that, steal the weapons and get the hell out of there. We'll see if we can do this stealth, and by stealth means like killing like the minimum guards possible. And by killing the minimum guards possible, oh, we went a little bit too far. We should have like taken a break a little bit sooner. And by stealth as possible is just like not alerting the entire place, and see if we can just do that. Oh no. Oh my god, like that was one time that I actually went into into the helicopter thingies. I can't remember what they call now. Right, so this is what stealth looks like. You take that one, take that dude, you take that dude and take that dude, and you go around the corner, take this dude, and you don't have to alert the entire place. You don't have to kill the entire thing. Like hack the laptop as soon as you can. Or as fast as you can. So 0637, I always start check just the last couple of lines, just to make sure that I didn't just miss the code, but I always do it like top to bottom, left to right. And I just look for like the first two sequences, the 0637, for example. Oh, you gotta steal the weapons. You need to pick up the weapons. There you go. Now, no one else cares that you were there. That dude is not really guarding anything. I always try to have like enough snacks or something, or body armor. But if you're like high level, you should have like a little bit of stamina, and then it should be okay for you to actually survive like a couple of shots here. Sometimes these guys are pretty ruthless, and just make sure that you have like your snacks at hand. Submarine is not on this spot. This is also like if this goes okay, like I sometimes use this to reposition the submarine. And this is because I'm on just like my own session. So I go into service vehicles, Kasaka, and you request the Kasaka only when you're just close to the beach, and then you're going in that direction, because otherwise he will spawn in the middle of Los Santos. And I was just like, what the hell? Right. And I think we're all ready to go. Let's see if we can get elite. Right. We need to wait for the Kasaka to surface, and we're going to be spamming the get inside button. Right. So, right, we're going to be doing the heist. We're just going to take like a couple of detours here and there, because we need to pick up the grappling hook. No, we didn't find a grappling hook anywhere. Yeah, we didn't find a grappling hook anywhere. So I think it's going to be straightforward. If we cannot find the cart, we're just going to use the drainage pipe. So, right, what are we going to be doing? Accept. Let's go into the finale. Confirm settings, and we just do this on our own. Right, approach vehicle, long fin, infiltration point. It's the main dock? No, it's the other dock, the north dock. Compound point is the entry, it's the drainage. Escape doesn't really matter. Time of the day, we usually use night. We need suppressors, just in case. And we don't need a stash. You need a weapon stash if you're an Avelum, but we're not, so we're just gonna go this way. So we need to rush, get our uniforms. I think a couple of guards won't see us. Oh, is this like less visibility? I'll take it. Stormy, Cayo Perico. Right. Thank you. I'm back again. So, first things first, uniforms. They were... I forgot. Were they here? They were here, wasn't it? I think they were here. Right. They're in a sort of a tricky spot. That guy is there, but he's going to move away, so we're just going to use that to go and get the uniforms. The Jeep is coming, but we're going to be able to change before that. Right, with the uniforms, we're just going to hit the first spot. If you find the uniforms for this warehouse inside, right? Oh, well, we can take this. Why not? They're going to be outside, just under that camera, so just like be careful with that. Right. Make sure that you take this guy just inside. I think we took the bolt cutter, so I think he's going to use that. Yeah. You're not going to use the cutting torch unless it's the drainage pipe. Right. So we'll take this stack first. Now we're gonna need to take a little bit of a detour. We need the bike just to make it like a little bit faster to go around the island. But we might just take the bike. Oh no, I keep thinking about us having the cable cutters, but we don't have the cable cutters. So I think that there was a bike here somewhere. We're just gonna make sure that we're not too much into these guys' cone of vision. Ah, come on, don't tell me I run all the way here and then there's no bike. Yeah, there's no bike. Right. So just... Are we gonna be too long in this cone of vision? No, we're not. Right, we'll take this then. So we could take the boat there as well. Like, I wouldn't make a difference. We have like the uniform, so... Which way are we going? Right, we need to get back into the road. I mean, it's the Jeep, so that's what it was made for. Right, right. So here, man. If we find the bike, we just need to get and that bike. I can't remember where was the second place with the coke. I think. And don't give him a chance. Now, this part sometimes is a little bit tricky. It depends. Oh, there's like a truck there. We could use the truck to get inside the compound as well. But we're just going to do the cards method. Right. So we took a picture, and I think it's going to be this one, which is like a little bit tricky because like there's that guard there. And he turns around and he sees. So there's no guard here, but that guard there, like, he usually sees it. So we're just gonna need to be like very, very quick with this. And then hopefully the guy on the Jeep doesn't detect it. So there's a guy that sometimes detects. So this guy spots you if you come in here, and you're waiting for this. From this, you also have like the uniform. So two options. You could have picked up a boat and then just go straight into the drainage pipe, or you could go back and then just get the truck and then use the truck as your entry point. We're just going to continue with the Jeep. We're fine. And because I want to show you guys, like, if you show up with uniforms, that you might be lucky and get yourself like the card. So I think this is the guard that detects the other guards. So we're probably going to get like a little bit unlucky because I think he goes around the turn and he detects them. This used to be that if you leave the area fast enough, it wouldn't be detected. But I think it's going to detect the other guard. Right. You're coming this way. Sometimes if you're on foot, you can try to get like this guy just outside. Sometimes he has like a card. There's no guard here at the top. So there's the guy usually here at the top. There's no one there. We don't have the equipment. We're just gonna wait for that guy to come up, and we'll see if we're lucky. We're not. We're looking at the other dude, and he has the key. So you don't have to, right? You pick up the key and then you use this as a side entrance. So you don't have to go and then dive that way through the drainage pipe and then do all the, because you're going to be more or less at the same spot where you would be if you would get into the drainage pipe. Hey, dude, thanks very much for liking the stream, man. Appreciate it. It's just a quick Cayo Perico, just showing people. I had to grind, so I was just like, might as well just like show that how this can be done. So you're more or less in the same spot. I usually skip this guy when I'm doing this with my buddy. He takes the guy, and we're just gonna go under here. This bit, we just avoid the camera. It's just one less camera we need to take down, and we try to always take down the least guards as possible. So you take like this one, wait for the flinch, take them. Now you find the second card, and now you would be able to just like start getting into places, right? I come here really quick. I leave that guy alone, and I come over here, and I'm looking now for the gate keys. This is the reason why I always shoot this guy, because I'm still waiting for the gate keys. I reload because I want to make sure that I don't miss the next melee attack. So the guy is going to come up this way, and he has the gate keys. So because he has the gate keys, I'm still going to go up here. I pick up the second card just in case there's more people on the heist, and I open the safe. And I'm still going to go downstairs because I will have like the gate open. If I couldn't find the keys, I will hack the panel from here. But because I could find, I'm just gonna go jump here very quick. This guy is just about to turn, but I have enough time to run here, and it feels like I'm speed running this compound, and if it looks like it's because I am. And we're gonna go here, right? And we're gonna go and then hack the thing. Easy. So we said it's preaching to the choir. We said it's a million times. We're going to say it one more time. First image, first slot. Second image, second slot. Third image, third slot. Fourth image, fourth slot, and so on and so forth. Sometimes you need to do like 2 or 3 and 4. It's always going to be the same. It's just like how fast you are like actually getting the images right. Right, and we're going to be stealing tequila. I mean, at least with the rest of the coke, right? It kind of makes it like a little bit better payout. It's not just like cash or something at the hangar or something very, very easy to get. Something very cheap, something very worthless. One of those. Right. So. And I'm not sure you guys noticed, but like there's a little bit of adjustments on how much money you get from the safe, because sometimes you just get like 20 grand. If the game sees that you're gonna go for gold and you have like a ruby or a diamond or something, he's gonna go like, I'm gonna give you like absolute garbage money on a safe. Now, plenty of ways to do this. You don't need to speed run this. I'm speed running this. You can just wait for the guard and pick up the exit. He noticed you, but you already activated the cutscene, so you're out of there. So even with like the first bit at the start, it still looks like we're gonna be finishing this within the hour. So full Cayo Perico within the hour. I'm sure that people do this like much faster, and if you're one of those people that goes around and then does this like much faster, it does. Do let me know like what's your routes like, if you're what your route looks like, and because I'll be curious to know. I've seen people saying like, oh, you only need like 40 minutes for Cayo Perico, and I was just like, really? Even when I'm doing these pace and then just like barely dying and stuff, like an hour is just as fast as I can go. Man, 4 grand just because I decided to jump into the water. But sure, but this is as fast as I can go. Like so that's about 50 minutes, I'd say, I think. So yeah, if you're one of those people that like does this like super fast, by all means, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what's your tactics, what else you do, what else you don't do. Is it because you shave some minutes because all you do is just like scope really quickly, hangar, and then go straight into, or just make sure you have loot at the hangar, and you're gonna go straight into the primary? Is that where you're shaving minutes? What else? Is it like the approach? So yeah, do let me know. So let's see what the numbers actually look like at the end. I think it was 1.198 because or 196 because we spent some money just jumping into the water. That's so stupid, but sure, okay. It was damage, fall damage, counts as damage. So 1.196 with the elite challenge. So let's see what the numbers are. We could have gotten 5 million-ish if we got like 4 people maybe, but we walk away with 1,052,000. So 50,000 on top of that's going to be 1.1. Finish in 10 minutes. Seems like a good run. No wax failed. Full loot bags. Sounds about right. Elite challenge. And you get like away with 1.1. Even though it's the killer, I think it's the decent payout because I think they kind of adjusted for you to earn about 1.1, 1.2, 1.34 if you're coming with another person. So you're just gonna go straight for gold. But other than that, like I don't think they want you to earn like too much money or something. And that's about it. This was a bit of an impromptu stream, and then unfortunately no one would pick up like on this. But I also wanted to. I was going to grind anyways for my lunchtime, so I was just like, I was 100% was going to do this. If you stick around this long for any ungodly reason, thank you so much. I much appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys and girls on a stream sometime soon. Until then, mind yourselves and take care.